Hello everyone, I'm Olivia and welcome back. If you chose this is the Love Pick a Card reading. This is pile B and I pre-shuffled and I will pull a couple of clarifiers if I have to, but it makes the time more efficient sometimes if I pre-shuffle, so I like to switch it up. Anyways, so right off the bat, my love readings are not specific to singles or people in relationships, but they tend to resonate more with people who are single or people who wish they were single, just because it's more like advice and like what are you attracting in. So if you hear something like, oh, you're attracting a new partner, that could also resonate with people who are in a relationship in the sense of a renewed sense of partnership. So just take it how it applies and let the rest fly. So this is group B. And I'm automatically getting a very, just intuitively from looking at this, a very defensive, closed off energy. So it's almost like you guys have been hurt to the point of, like cracked open to the point of no return. It feels like what you've experienced in your love life is affecting you to the core, okay? Because your general overall energy is physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. And this card, and there's like a man who is proposing to this woman, but she kind of seems a little timid, like a little reserved. Like she's standing close to this fountain, which to me is like standing close to her emotions, like you might think in theory that anybody would want this, who wants love, but it seems like if you chose this group, you may not be aware of it, but you're kind of standing close to your fountain. And there's like someone who's head over heels for you, or someone who would be head over heels for you if you let them. Because this reduces to 11. So you can take it as 11 or 2 or whatever, but you might be seeing 11, but it's like you're magical, you're sparkly. And if I'm looking down, I'm just getting more clarification, but you have this beautiful aura about you that attracts in people. And sometimes the light can attract moths. So maybe in your past, it looks like you've been through a lot of relationships, or a lot of heartbreak or situationships where your beautiful aura, male or female, has attracted the wrong people. So now either you have someone in your life who's interested in you and would give you everything, or you could be preventing yourself from that person coming in. And if you're in a relationship, it can be you're not letting your partner touch you, and maybe you don't want to sleep with your partner, you just don't want to be and it's really affecting you on a vibrational level. Because what we have that we're releasing, or that we need to release, is the share the love card. Now this tried to pop out on the first group. So if you didn't watch pile A, you might want to watch it, because I feel like these messages are very fluid. But whatever you're intuitively drawn to, okay? But this is 3. Three is all about creation. So it's like, in the background, you can see there's a lot of relationships going on, and there's a cracked heart in the middle. It's like a little itty bitty heart that's been cracked open. And it's like your fears about relationships have manifested from that. So because 3 is all about manifestation. So all of your fears about relationships are you're living them right now. You're living them mentally. You're definitely living them on a mental plane. You've been stuck in this, you've been stuck. You've been trying to change your perspective on love. Maybe some of you guys have been trying to change your perspective. And some of you guys are like, fuck it, I have a horrible view of love and I don't care, because look at my life, look at my ex, look at this, look at that. And it's like, with this hangman energy, major arcana, you have 2 major arcanas here. It's like, this is for real. Some of you guys might be Pisces, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or Aries. I'm getting a very fiery vibe from this group, or fire and water dominant. But if you are an earth sign or water sign, any other element, air, just take it as it applies. But What wants to come in is physical touch and love. Because you got a man, and this is not just a self-love, this is romantic love. And it's clarified by acceptance. And it says, I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. You can't change that your heart was broken. You can't change who you dated. You can't change what happened in those relationships. But you can change how you look at it, because you can change how you behave. You can change your expectations. You can change right now. You can change your perspective. You can change your perspective on anything. I feel like you've given yourself a lot of time, but in that time, it's just been fear festering. I'm like, no, you've been letting that fear fester, so it's not, the time's not really helping. It's not an issue of patience. Right here is an issue of acceptance. Love, accept yourself. And as you accept yourself, you won't be so timid to love. You'll allow love to come in, because we are in our own way sometimes. And I'm learning that in my life too. Like, I have to learn to love myself, to accept myself, I want to act like I want the person to treat me. Am I doing that? How does it measure up? Things like that. Because the acceptance card is clarified by the Four of Wands in reverse. So the Four of Wands is normally like a home, stability. Sometimes it's the marriage card too. It's a celebration of life. These people are dancing. It looks like Coachella. Some of you guys could have met this person at Coachella or a festival. Or if you haven't met that person, you might be meeting someone at some sort of outdoor festival, concert, venue. It could even be a club, somewhere where you're dancing, but I'm really sensing like outdoor vibes. And I know right now it doesn't seem to make sense because of all the stuff going on. I'm just telling you like I see it, okay? You could be meeting a fire sign, but it's in reverse. So even right now, if you met this person, you would reject them. And if you know this person and you didn't meet them at that, you're rejecting stability and longevity and potential marriage, because the Four of Wands is like 11-11 again. And I said this card was 11, so a lot of you guys might be seeing 11-11. I love synchronicities, or 333. Anyways, you're in this energy of you're blocking your acceptance of love. So if you don't know that, fix your energy, because this is beautiful. And if you are aware that you're doing it, start to accept yourself and watch pile 1, because I feel like pile 1 has been really putting in that work. And it's like the advice from Spirit is deep listening, and that card popped up in the other reading too. Practice deep listening. And this is not talking about listening to other people. It could be listening to friends, but this is listening to your internal knowing. This is purple. You see how her hair has all this intelligence? I just took my hair out because I always give it a break. You know, you gotta give your hair a break. But I realized I don't touch my scalp a lot. Like most people, that they go through the day, they touch their hair. When you have a weave-in or braids, like you just naturally don't be touching your scalp. And it's crazy because your crown is your hair, because it's above your head. And this girl, there's all of this beauty locked up in her hair. It's like maybe some of you guys can just stand in the shower and let the water run through your crown chakra. Just let it. And also your third eye and your throat. So I'm sensing your third eye, your crown, and your throat chakra right here. Just listen, meditate. We got lots of time with all this stuff going on, but this is a timeless reading. But, you know, meditate, go within, and start listening. Start listening to how you feel when you talk crap about relationships, if you do. Or start listening to how your body feels when you see a happy couple, or when you think about your past. Does your body tense up? Like, just start paying attention to your inner knowingness, because it's clarified by adversity. And there's a big tower, and it says, I accept the challenges are the best way to learn. So reframe how you viewed these past relationships. Start rewriting a new story. So if your ex cheated on you, you could be like, I'm so grateful now that I know I can bounce back from anything. I'm so grateful that I didn't marry that person. Or I'm so grateful I divorced that person. I'm so grateful I have my child from this situation. Just start to see the little connecting dots of what went right. Because when you do that, the outcome is the sun. And there ain't no better card than the sun, guys. I know this is a woman on here, but there's no greater card in tarot than the sun. This is a mom. You could be a Leo. And the sun is 10 because 19 reduces to 10 in astrology. So it's like, or it could be reduced to 1, take it how it applies. So a new beginning or an end of a cycle, either way. But there's children, there's emotional stability. This is like everything the sun represents, everything you could have ever hoped and dreamed. So now I'm done. The sun represents anything you could have ever hoped for and dreamed. And it comes when you practice this deep listening, release the fear, and look at things from a different perspective. Start accepting love. And if you're in a relationship, don't push your spouse away. It might seem like there's been a history with y'all, and you're over it. You may not be over it in telling him, but your body language is showing that you're over it. So if you're having intimacy, issues, or you're feeling like disconnected from your spouse, start spending time alone. Spend some time alone, but in a meditative space. Go for a hike. Spend time alone. Just take showers by yourself. Like whatever you gotta do to get that connection from your throat, your third eye, and your crown. And the advice is new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Yeah. Start giving to yourself. Start giving yourself time, give yourself patience, nourish yourself. And this could also be some changes happening around Virgo season. And for some of you guys who are single, this could be a Virgo coming into your experience, or someone who has the characteristics of a Virgo, or you could be a Virgo. But the energy of Virgo is really what is obvious right now. So anyways, don't get caught up on timelines or the time frame. But anyways, this is a beautiful group, and it's like you guys have the greatest potentiality to create something amazing in your love life. And if you feel like, what are you talking about? It's just the work that you need to do. It's just underneath the surface, but it's there, boo, and it's very obvious. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you'd like to book a personal reading, I'd love to dig deeper. I'm doing intuitive life coaching now. So I've had certain clients where we've gone from, how do I attract a spouse? Now they've attracted that spouse. And then it's like, okay, how do I work through those traumas? And we're kind of on this journey together. So it's less about, this is what I see. It's like, okay, how do we work with the energy that is present? How do we get past those things in different areas of life? And I'm really enjoying that. So anyways, you can book by my email. It'll be below. If not, I'll see you guys at the next reading.